Hello, Fort Mill High School. My name is Mr. Young. I'm your career development facilitator, and I have before you today one of my good friends, Miss Ashley Ford. Ashley, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing very well, very well. Well, I'm excited to have you with us on our career exploration tour. So, why don't you get us started and tell us a little bit about yourself and what's your career?
Well, like you said, my name is Ashley Ford. I am a hairstylist as well as a business owner. I have my own natural hair care line. I'm a mom and a wife. I also have been doing hair for maybe 20 or so years. So, yeah.
That is quite the breadth of experience. So, hair care for 20 plus years,
Yes.
business owner. You have your own hair care products. Like, what was your path to get to doing all of this?
Honestly, I started wanting to just do stuff to my dolls. I remember that's my earliest memory of just wanting to change my doll's hair up. I'm dating myself by saying this, but I started out with my little kid sister. She had every type of hairstyle you could possibly think of. And from there, it grew, and I started doing cousins' hair and people in the neighborhood. And from there, it just got to a point where in high school, I started to want to do it vocationally. And then it was my hustle in college, and I got out of school and I did go into marketing and do corporate. I always did here on the side.
What I love about your story is, sometimes our students hear, okay, well, you have to pick one, like you have to do, cosmetology or college, but you're saying you did both.
Mhm. I did. I did. It was one of those things that because it was my passion, I was just like, look, let's do it. And what was crazy is that my roommate who also went to middle school with me, she did makeup. So our room in college was popping. Every time there was a party, she was doing makeup and I was doing hair.
Your room was the place to be before.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Oh man. So this really is encompassing so many different experiences. So I'm really having a good time just hearing you talking about your story so far. But so you talk about your path and being in
Mhm.
cosmetology and doing hair for 20 years. What was it like when you decided, okay, now let me have my own hair care line of products?
Oh gosh. Well, what happened was not me. Totally God, because I was not trying to do this for real. I had started out making products, just playing around when I became natural, which was in 2011. And I ended up having my daughter that same year. And when she was about one, maybe like 18 months, she went through something where the dermatologist really didn't know what was going on with her hair. And I remember being in prayer about it because I was like, I don't know what to do. And the Lord was like, you know what? You already make products, do something with what you have and use it on her hair. And from there, it just everything cleared up. We never had an issue with her scalp ever again. And so I had been using those products on my daughter, but I was keeping them exclusively for myself. And one day, actually working with your wife,
Mhm.
we were in prayer about some stuff and some things got revealed. And the Lord was like, okay, it's time for you to introduce that to the public. And I was like, wait, what we doing? It was definitely something that I had no idea I was gonna do. But he came up with the color, he came up with the name, he came up with everything. I literally just wrote stuff down in my journal and did it. Um, and so we've been in business since 2019.
That is awesome. That's awesome. Now, I want to backtrack to something you said a little earlier. You said that when you went natural,
Mhm.
so talk to us through that. I know what you're talking about. Obviously, you know what you're talking about. What
Yeah.
is natural hair?
So natural hair is basically taking your hair to a state that has no chemical processing. Now some people will say that, well, we do wear color. Yes, I do have color in my hair, but the natural state of my curl pattern is still there. So for African American students and people, period, um, one of the things that we had at our disposal is relaxers. And so to take that away and just let your hair be free and grow in its natural curly state, that's what natural hair is.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that. Now, you have seen a lot of different things, a lot of different people. What's the absolute best thing about your career?
Oh my goodness. I get to pour into people and give them an opportunity to feel good about themselves when they leave. I don't know what it is, but my grandma always said that when I was little, I had a natural way about making friends. She said I never met a stranger. And so I'm always comfortable just sitting and talking to people. I don't care who they are. Like I could talk to anybody. And so this part of bringing my passion towards what I believe is my purpose, and that's just counsel and teaching. And so it gives me great joy to see people get in my chair with whatever troubles they have, and then they leave feeling amazing and they look great, you know?
Would you say that you get a little bit of counseling in while you're doing someone's hair?
Oh, absolutely. Every single time. I actually have to be careful about what I leave with because a lot of times, even if they don't say it, we take on a lot of the things that people carry. And so I absolutely sit back and I do a lot of listening. And a lot of times while they're talking, especially when there's someone going through something, I'm praying at the same time as they're talking.
Absolutely. So, what are some of the more challenging aspects of your job?
Ooh. Well, the one thing, which I'm super grateful that I've never had to really worry about this, but there is no like most people go into work, they clock in and they clock out. Um, on any given day, I can have no clients and I can have a whole bunch. So it's very sporadic. Um, Thankfully right now I have an opportunity to be a little bit more flexible with my time, but that's probably the one thing that's like, okay, if you're so used to being busy and being in a regimen, it can be a little, it can throw you off a little bit on your day because you're like, okay, I don't have anybody on my books, so what do we do today? So I'm learning even still now to just be productive even when I don't have anybody in my chair.
So, it sounds like you're exercising a lot of time management and personal management skills there.
Yes, absolutely. You have to. Especially as a mom, there's no way around it. Otherwise, I would definitely not be successful at either.
So, now are there any particular tools that you use that really help you kind of keep up with your time?
Well, I do have one thing that I've learned even in school, which was just to be organized and have a planner and have something that writes down, I can write down what I need to get done. I also try to make sure that I set goals for myself each day. So there's, if I want to make sure I do something by a certain time, I have to write it down and I make sure each week that we go into it like, okay, well, Tuesday, this is going to be a slow day for me. Then I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. So,
That's good.
yeah.
So, last question I have for you.
Okay.
Imagine you're sitting in front of the entire population of Fort Mill High School, and we're asking you to give one piece of advice to those students who are beginning their career journey. What would you tell them?
Um, don't go into anything thinking that that's exactly what you're going to do. Be open to the possibility that paths change. I wanted to be an engineer. I went to Michigan State University. I was going to be an engineer. I enrolled in engineering and I am not an engineer. By my second year, it was different and I found a different path. I like people and I like being able to interact with things, and I'm a creative, so marketing was my path. Don't go into it thinking that you have to know everything about that particular thing, or you have to go into something that you think you're good at. I thought I was good at math until I hit college and it changed. Be open to things being different, because as you learn more about yourself, you will learn what you like and what you don't like and what fits you. And you want to go into a career that fits you. Otherwise, you'll be unhappy.
Just like how the hair has to fit, the career has to fit.
Absolutely.
Ashley, thank you so much for giving us just a little bit of your time. We really appreciate you. Students,
Thank
keep
you.
watching because we'll have more videos coming up. Y'all have a great day. Bye bye.